Welcome back to my channel, friends. This is Sonia here, and today we are going to do decoupage and some clay work on this tray. Now I know on the screen this is not looking very good, but this is a very big size tray. It's more than 12 inches by 12 inches, and I had to do this and I wanted to make a video cause for the first time I will be doing some clay work with decoupage on a tray. Now first I'm prepping up my base, and as you can see that I'm doing it only on the borders. So I am applying a white color gesso with my flat brush, and I'm giving a good thick one coat of gesso here. Now on the center part, of course, I'm going to have my beautiful decoupage paper, so that's the reason I'm just going to chuck the center part, just the borders and the edges, and my tray will be very good to go. Now if you are a beginner and you don't have gesso, you can always go and start with an white acrylic paint. But friends, there is a huge difference in acrylic paint and gesso, so please do make sure that you check all those videos what I have done, where I have explained that what is the difference between white acrylic paint and gesso, so that it will help you in understanding the material, and then accordingly you can plan out. Like I was saying, if you are a beginner, then you can definitely start with the white acrylic paints, but later on I would really recommend you to go ahead and try with the gesso. If you don't want to buy gesso, I have also done a video where you can see and check that how DIY gesso can be done. So I've kept my tray to dry aside, and now here I'm going to play around with the clay. Now this is a air dry clay, a big packet which I had got, and I keep it in a airtight container really well. Now in this mold I have just taken a small piece of clay and I'm going to press it really well, and I'll make sure that I cover the complete design, and I am going to take it out when it is wet. Now this process will take time, so you need to be a little patient, but you will also have to be a little quick, cause we are going to stick these clay when they are wet. So yes, very quickly I was trying to make all these beautiful molds with the clay, and they looked absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. Now on my tray I have decided to use 6 of these kind of molds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make all the 6 at a time, and then we'll start sticking it. Now while taking it out, you have to be really careful. If it breaks, then definitely you'll have to redo it again. Now this one has come out so well, and likewise I am going to go ahead with my air dry clay and I'm going to make 5 more. Now if you don't want to buy the air dry clay from the market, you can make it of your own. I have already done a video on that, do check that also. So all the links whatever I am saying right now are there on the description box, or you can just scroll down to my channel and see all these amazing videos. So likewise I took out all the 6 pieces, and this was the first time, so I was trying to be really careful, but thankfully it turned out really good, and this was actually fun. Now I'm even thinking of doing some more projects with this, and if you want to see those project videos, do mention that in the comment section and let me know if you want me to do these kind of clay work, but on which object you want me to make it, do let me know. Now this is one of the designs what I have, but otherwise I have tons of molds which I absolutely love, and I would highly recommend you to go for the varieties of molds, and you can buy it one by one, because these are a little expensive, and but they last long if you take a proper care of them. So here I am done with all my molds, and they are looking absolutely gorgeous. Now on my tray I have to stick this on the corners and the center part. So what I will be doing is I will be just taking it up, sticking on the corners, but before that I need to take up my liquid adhesive for this. Now if you are sticking this in the corners, it is going to be a little tricky. You will have to be a little careful, because by the time you make your 5-6 molds, the mold starts drying, so you will have to be a little quick, but be very careful. Now after applying my adhesive, I am trying to stick this, and this has stuck so well, and I am so proud of myself right now. So yes, this is something which I had done earlier, but whenever I was when I was doing this video, I was feeling so proud and so excited that finally I could make something of this, and it looks beautiful. Friends, do try this technique. Now the air dry clay, it takes a little time to dry out, around a couple of hours, so please be sure that you stick them and let it dry completely for good enough amount of time. Now here I knew that I have sticked it so well, I had pressed it so well, so that's the reason I could start with my coloring immediately after like a gap of 10-15 minutes. But be a little careful, and then you can definitely start your coloring work too. Now it's time to use my candlestick. So what I am doing is, on my raw base where I have done just the gesso work, I am rubbing off my wax. So you can use any of the candles, or if you have a wax piece you can use that also. What does it do? Like on the raw piece, when I have done my waxing, now if I use a color and then if I rub it with my sandpaper, the colors are not going to come off of this area. Now I really wanted to have a tinge of white shade, so that's the reason I'm using my candle on my surfaces wherever I want to highlight it. Now this step is completely optional. If you don't want to do this step, you can always chuck this off. Just play around with the colors and you can get it. But if you try this, you will learn something new for sure. Now it's time to play around with the colors, and I have chosen all the pastel shades. So I have already decided on what kind of paper I'm going to use on this, what will be the color and the design of that. So here I have chosen the colors accordingly. You can choose the colors whatever you want. Here I have taken all the acrylic chalk paints, not the acrylic shades. I have used the chalk paints, and I'm going to brush it off. Once again, I'll say, if you are a beginner and you don't have the chalk paints, you can choose any of the colors you want. It's just that you should know that what kind of color consistency it has and how fine you can play around with those colors. So then it becomes much more easier for you to work. Now here I'm doing my color blending work. So what I'm doing is, at once I'm taking just one color, I do it a bit brush up work, then I take the second color, then I take the third color, and I am repeating this process. So if you see my complete tray, even if on the one panel, on the one side of the tray, you will see all the 3 shades, and that looks really beautiful.
À 2 doigts de nos lèvres, 2 doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à 2 doigts de nos lèvres, 2 doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau d'orfèvre. j'ai presque pu le goûter. Impossible à
So this is how my tray looks after my color blending work. It's looking beautiful and gorgeous, and now it's time to stick my paper. Now here I'm going to use my matte finish Mod Podge, and I'm going to apply generous amount of Mod Podge. This is one of the very important step, and I've seen people using very small quantity of Mod Podge or the sealer, and then they say that the paper, the napkins did not stick well. So friends, be a little generous here. Use an enough amount of your adhesive to stick your paper or your napkins to your base, and then work it out accordingly. Now here I am using a flat brush so that my spreading work becomes easier and faster, and once I am done with this, then I am going to stick my paper here. So I have already chosen this beautiful pattern paper from one of my paper packs, and I am going to stick this really well. Now on the top of it, I have not applied any of the glues right now. So what you need to do is just take up any of the sheets or your sponge topper or your cards or anything, and try to squeeze this and press this really well so that there are no bubbles and gaps on the center. Now since my paper is drying out, it's time to do some scrubbing work, and here I have my sandpaper, and I'm just removing off all the extra chalk paints, and which of the areas I want to have a bit of rustic look, I'll do that. This steps also helps in like when we are doing a chalk paint, we don't realize it, but we overdo the chalk paint on some of the areas which looks very much thicker. Like if you see the edges of my tray, you can see some of the lines of my chalk paint. So that's the reason I love scrubbing this. Of course, the white portion I could not capture that very well on the camera, but I have shared a few more pictures at the end of the video. Do check that, and then you can make out that what a beautiful technique it was to use my wax on this tray. Now I am almost done with my sand work. I'm just rubbing off on the top layer of my paper and my tray, and this is looking absolutely beautiful and gorgeous.
impossible à effacer. J'ai presque pu le goûter.
This looks beautiful and gorgeous, and my colors are looking so pretty. Now it's time to do some stamping. Luckily I had some of the rubber stamps which matched so perfectly with my pattern paper. Now this was not planned at all. It's just that I sticked my pattern paper, and then I was just looking around what to have, and then I got these stamps. And now I will be doing the stamping on all the borders in the edges from the inside and the outside. Now if you don't have rubber stamps, you can take any other clear stamps. They will also work perfectly. It's just that you need to match up the design what you have, or you can go for some completely random design, the complete contrast ones. Another good idea would be to use your stencils here. I did not wanted to use stencil because I just realized that on my decoupage work I used too much of stencil, and I wanted to just chuck that part right now. So here I am doing my stamping on all the edges and the corners and the sides of my tray. This clock is something which I really liked, and I thought this will match my pattern paper, so I'm just doing a random stamping. Here what I'm using is my Archival permanent ink pad, and I'm just trying to make sure that I don't overdo my stamping work, and I am using my permanent ink pad because later on I want to use my varnish on this. Varnish is a very important sealer which you should have. Now many times I have been asked that why do we need varnish when we are already applying our decoupage glue. So friends, when we say decoupage glue, that is something which sticks your project, and when we say sealer, so that means it is going to protect your project. So there is a huge difference. So that's the reason I would highly recommend you to go around and buy a good varnish. I have already done a video on varieties of varnish what I use, and I use a particular varnish from Asian Paints, and I'm sharing the link down below to buy all these supplies whatever I have used in this video tutorial. Now I'm using my script stamp, and this is one of my favorite, and yes, I love this. I am ready to take the custom orders for this stencil. If you want, you can comment on this video and I will be get in touch with you. Now here I am almost done with my stamping, and just because I have used my permanent ink pad, I am so relieved that it is not going to smudge, and then I will be able to use my varnish on this so well. This is how my tray looks, and this looks beautiful and gorgeous. And now it's time to seal up my project. Now here I am using my water-based varnish. Like I said, I'm posting the link down below of this varnish, you can check that. And of course I am listing down a few more links down below which is related to this video, so that you can know how to make your own gesso, how to use your varnish, how to play around with chalk paints, and what is the difference in chalk paint and acrylic paint. So with this, my video tutorial is done, friends. I really hope that you all are like this and you have learned something new today. And yes, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and do hit the bell icon so that you can get all the updates, and do check the pictures at the end. Thank you. Bye bye.
Impossible à effacer, que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter. Le bonheur a sculpté de son ciseau d'orfèvre des souvenirs impossible à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à deux doigts de nos lèvres, deux doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu